The views, takes, and opinions expressed on this show are of the host's own and do not represent the views, takes, and opinions of the Main Event Mark, PWPH Wrestling Network and its affiliates. Material and sources mentioned in this episode is for general and commentary purposes only. This episode might include strong language and may not be suitable for children. Listener discretion is advised. Stay safe and stay wrestle everyone. Welcome to the Main Event Mark.
Ayan. Yan. Tangay na naman. Welcome to your Unfiltered Tagalog Wrestling Podcast. This has been the Main Event Mark Podcast. Yan. Thank you very much for joining us here every week on this episodic podcast that we are doing for the past 5 years. And yeah, actually it's really huge that this is actually our fifth. I think this is going to be the fifth WrestleMania that we are covering here on the pod. And yeah, we're going to make some announcements before we move on here on our review of AEW Dynasty. So, I have something to explain. This episode was supposedly released on a Saturday or Sunday night. Pero for some reasons, the file containing that review was actually corrupted for some reasons, and I really have to record the whole thing. I am really pissed on that recording, and luckily on that Sunday night also, we made some announcements. So, dito ko na lang siguro unang i-share sa episode na to, reviewing AEW Dynasty. And yes, I'm still here with the Dynasty because next week pa tayo magre-review ng WrestleMania, and then another episode dropping out this week is we're going to do a preview of this year's WrestleMania. So, yun na nga, announcements. On April 26, PWPH as our mother network, we're going to have an historic recording where the episode of our WrestleMania review, of course, it will be still chopped from night 1 to night 2. And then, both of the episodes will be uploaded on our Main Event Mark podcast as 2 episodes. And then, on the podcast, the PWPH Experience, it will be a whole podcast, no cuts. If you wanted to listen on the pod, on that part. So, here on the main event, it will be chopped into 2 parts. So, night 1 and night 2. And then, if maabutan natin on that episode, yung recording ng Stand and Deliver, we will talk about that too. And if there are some extracurricular things happening on this week's wrestling or on WrestleMania week, we will talk about a separate episode na lang. Or kung matatakal natin sa week na yun. No, ganun na lang. Ganun tayo. See you on April 26. We're going to have a Discord night. Possibly the first and last in 2025 because we are giving you bigger and better shit in 2025. But yeah, that's going to be the banger in 2025. So if you want to join our Discord server, I'll put that on our description. And see you on April 26. That's a week from tonight or today as we are recording this episode. And other episodes going forward. Yeah, April 26. That's on our PWPH Discord server. And okay, so that is going to be bangers for sure. Okay, so for now, let's talk about AEW Dynasty. Yes, I posted the preview of what's going to come on this episode of the podcast. Because you know me, I have to be straight up when it comes to reviewing this show. I'm not going to sugar words anymore when it comes to these fucking shows. I am getting sick and tired of people sucking up dicks just for this fucking promotion. I don't care if you're from the Philippines or around the world. Stop sucking dicks just for this promotion. And even WWE. Stop sucking up dicks. Because you're not getting paid for sucking dicks, man. That's the point that we really have to explain. And people couldn't understand unless it will be perpetrated in a different setting. But just to give you a reminder, hindi po kayo pinapalamon ng AEW. Stop lying about these shows. We know what's happening on these shows. And this garbage that we have for the past years, or 3 years to be exact, just to give you a proper expectation if you're listening for the first time here on the Main Event Mark podcast, I am reviewing these shows since day one. My first pay-per-view review was an AEW pay-per-view review. And I debunked it all. In 2025, everything is different. AEW doesn't want to be better. So that's why people are criticizing AEW, because they're garbage. They don't deserve the pay-per-view that they deserve. Do you think you're gonna pay $50 for this shit? In the Philippines, $179 per month or per show on Sport TV Live, and Sport TV Live is fucking up. What the hell is happening on this pay-per-views? And I hope this will not happen again on Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing is a month at least for them now. But I have no hope for that service. Can we get the rights from Top Sports, maybe? Remove that from Spo. I don't have to pay for that garbage promotion and a garbage streaming service such as Spo TV now. And I'm pretty sick and tired of people telling me AEW is getting better and better every single week, despite to the fact that there are no improvements when it comes to fucking pay-per-views. No improvements when it comes to the shows. You're paying $4 here in the Philippines just to watch this show. If you're gonna watch it on Thriller, avoid Thriller TV. Trust me. If you want to waste your money for these pay-per-views, go pay Thriller. But I swear to God, trust me, you're not getting paid what you're paying for. I mean, bangers are bangers, for sure. But hell, I don't think you're paying what you're paying for. Imagine getting this garbage matches from the Owen Hart tournament. Sorry, I have to double down on this. And I am saying this since last year. These Owen Hart matches are pointless because we know the direction. The only difference on this compared to 2024 is nothing. Matches are nothing. They're booking the shows for the sake of booking these shows. And there's already 8 minutes. Yet, wala pa akong sinasabing review. But, I feel distressed for watching this pay-per-view. Like, what the fuck are we watching, Tony Khan? Again, I am a fan of AEW since day one. I am reviewing every pay-per-views of AEW. I am trying to defend this promotion from day one. And if people couldn't understand how it goes, people will never appreciate what the hell I am saying here on this podcast for the past 5 years. And kung iisipin nyo na isa lang akong putyo-putyong podcast, dahil hindi naman ako affiliated sa mga malakas na podcast dito, dahil binabayas ko daw ang AEW at binibigyan ko ng magandang review ang WWE, WWE is shit too. They're booking Charlotte shitty. They're booking people who doesn't deserve to be booked. And Hulk Hogan is still assisting in this fucking shit. So where's the bias there? Huh? I don't really understand why these people are trying to put down this bullshit. You guys really need to understand na hindi porket masama ang AEW ngayon, hihimurin nyo na yung tumbong ni Tony Khan just for the sake of being a wrestling fan. You just have to be a critical too when it comes to the product. Because we are getting disappointing shit as well. You don't have to be a content creator para lang magsabi ng opinion about the product. Jon Moxley, for the past 7 months, is killing the ratings in the United States. But yet again, we are doing praising. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Hindi ito simbahan para sambahin nyo si Tony. For the fucking God. I hate ranting like this. But people, for the love of God, based on that main event alone, do you think I'm gonna watch any pay-per-views of AEW moving forward? Hell yeah! But keep in mind, I'm not gonna pay any buck for this sucking ass BS that you're giving to us. I'm just gonna fuck this online and see what's going to happen. Yes, I am technically exposing myself, but that's what we need to do. People are never gonna learn what the fuck is happening in AEW until you realize what the fuck is going on. Hindi mo kailangan himurin ng promotion na yan. Even WWE, you don't have to. Diyos ko, hindi ka binabayaran ng 2 promotion na yan para manghimod ka dyan. Hindi ka naman si Umpad na kasing kupad mo, wak mo, para magkaroon ka ng praising about this goddamn promotions. You don't have to do bullshit. You're just putting bullshit on a bullshit setting that doesn't mean something to you. If everything something means to you, then you're getting fooled. Other than that, ang unang impression ko na lang sa'yo, isa kang malaking tanga. And like what I said, if you're still defending this pay-per-view, you are one of the biggest problems. That's why this show doesn't show them better when it comes to ratings. And hindi sila makakasurvive, especially with this shows that you are getting this week. Like, why we are celebrating beating up a 20 plus years dead promotion just because you are sick and tired and pissed about Eric Bischoff. Tagtag mo na yun, tangin na. That's a big argument that's existing right now. Like, guys, kala mo naman na naabutan niya ang WCW, tas kanya kaya masyado better niya. Pero the point here is, I am really sick and tired of people actually sucking up dicks. I don't know why there's still some people normalizing this. And I'm getting disappointed on what the hell is happening on this show. Dynasty. Going back to Dynasty. Dynasty has a lot of bullshit, man. Sinubukan ko ulit panoorin tong pay-per-view. Kahit labag sa loob ko. Kasi sobrang labag talaga sa loob ko na panoorin tong show na to. Opener pa lang. I don't give a fuck about the kickoff show except from that Anthony Bowens and Max Caster thing. Other than that, I am just thinking that everything in AEW right now is just garbage as fuck, man. Okay. Let's start with the Owen Hart tournament. Like what we discussed here on this podcast. Like, tangina, what the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing, man? I am getting sick and tired of dealing on this promotion, dealing again with this cups, tournaments. God Lord. But AEW is better. What the fuck? Oh my God. You guys are giving me reasons para hindi ako lalo manood ng promotion na to moving forward. Masyado kasi kayong paimportante at masyado rin kayong pagsaksak, pasubo ng titi. Yan ang hirap sa inyo eh. Pero yun nga. Let's go to the matches para klaro tayo sa magiging pobre ko when it comes to this show. Man. Bear with me. Will Ospreay defeated Kevin Knight, and even a grade 1 student will be able to call this out. They was supposedly the slot for Jay White on his match, and wow, Kevin Knight is already in a fucking tournament. Kevin Knight is already in a tournament, man. What the fuck are we doing? I am just convinced that this Mark booking. Oh my God, Tony, what the fuck? What's wrong with this shit, man? Hindi ko maintindihan. Hindi ko rin maseryoso itong mga Owen Hart matches na to. Sorry, I really have to point this out. Kasi, masyadong ano eh. Masyado na tayo naglulukuhan dito eh. Diba? You really have to understand that AEW doesn't book storylines, but it's getting glorified by the sucker dicks that we know in this space just because of what they believe. Para na din naman kayo nangangampanya ng politiko eh. Ganun lang yan eh. Diyos ko. Pero nga, the match between Will Ospreay and Kevin Knight, nothing is new. Nothing is new. Outstanding. I would say it's outstanding. But what? Ito lang yun eh. They wanted to establish Will Ospreay because he might be the one who is winning the tournament. Or if it's not him, then sino? Who's other fucker is gonna lose to Jon Moxley? At all him. Ganun lang yun eh. Other than that, I don't think there will be any justified reasons to look forward with these tournaments. No? Will Ospreay will face the winner of the Brody King, Konosuke Takeshita. Spoiler alert, Konosuke Takeshita won. Then we have this wait lang. Let's verify the sources. So para lang klaro tayo, no? Kasi masyado tayong masyado tayong nagigiliw. Kasi masaya tayong mag-criticize ng mga shit about AEW. Okay. So, Owen Hart tournament. Wala nga ka-tension tong tournament na to eh. 'Di ba? Oh God, Lord. Wala talagang tension tong tournament na to. We don't get shit at all. We don't get what the fuck are we looking for this shit. Kasi tangina. Ewan ko. I'll just summarize the shit and to give you guys also warning as well. I am not going to look forward for any Owen Hart tournaments because you guys are getting drained by John Moxley. Ang problema kasi dito, you won the tournament, then you might lose it immediately to Mox with this overbooking bullshit, and I don't think things will end right there. Ang problema AEW loves to fuck them up. They are also loves what in the blue hell is happening. BS. Paano nga naman tayo magkakaintindihan dito kung hindi tayo magtutugma-tugma ng impresyon? Paano nga naman tayo magtutugma-tugma kung katangahan din ang gusto mo when it comes to these promotions? Like, no! God damn it. We are getting BS'd by this BS'd yet again. Masyado nyo naman din kasing pinaparinggan yung mga maling criticism about the shows. But there's a problem, actually. There's a problem that we are crowned like that. Like, come on, man. Owen Hart tournaments should be booked on a period where piece of shit of tournaments is not happening. And this is not it. Then we're actually gonna get another belt in Ring of Honor. And good Lord, this is going to be worse than worse, man. Then also, yun nga, kagaya ng sabi ko, Takeshita defeated Brody King. So, no surprise there. No surprise. Like, holy fuck. Masyado nyo naman akong pinapasaya. Kasi, itong mga Owen Hart na to, masyado nyo akong ginigiliw Again, warning. I am not gonna treat these matches like contenders matches. Because it's not a contenders matches. It's just mark booking matches. And call me a hater, call me a hypocrite. But these matches, no matter how good these matches might be, it will just be wasted a day after. Because you're fucked up with the Moxley. So what's the point of booking anything about this pay-per-view if we are getting fucked again? So, going back to the tag titles, medyo na out of bounds na ako. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin versus The Learning Tree. The Learning Tree, God. The Learning Tree. They was supposedly, I think sila Brian Cage and Lance Archer. Brian got injured. It was announced prior sa isang Australian promotion. And it was also been confirmed by AEW. No? In the process. And then, like, what the fuck? Sorry I have my 2 cents here. Number 1, pasensya na sa kinakain ko. Number 1, I don't buy this MJF storyline. Sorry. It's just me. I don't buy this. Call me ignorant, but I don't buy this storyline. Hindi bagay kay MJF makisakay. At hindi rin bagay kay MJF na maging soccer. Like what we just witnessed there. Hindi rin bagay kay MJF na pangkengkoy. Ganyang pangkengkoy na nakita niyo sa pay-per-view na to. Hindi bagay sa kanya. Disappointing. Again, it's a jobber match that I should not watch. But I have to because I love you guys. But, yeah, that's the case. And he is still trying to prove himself, but all of the members of the Hurt Business are still not impressed. Then, another Owen Hart tournament. Good Lord. Good Lord. Oh boy. Oh boy. Owen Hart tournament. Mercedes Moné versus Julia Hart. Let's tell this in advance. I love Julia Hart. Julia Hart is growing on me since last year. Alam mo yung problema? Tangina, hindi ko kasi makita sa TV ito si Julia. I think she got injured. But I think she's impressive. Mercedes Moné, I have no doubts when it comes to her wrestling. Sure, I have no doubts. I think she is one of the best wrestlers when it comes to the women's division of AEW. The problem here is she's already a fucking champion. So why we're still asking for her opinion and also her own matches when it comes to this tournament? We don't need this woman for this tournament personally. I would love to see sila Chris Statlander. I would love to see Marina Shafir. Even kahit siya, gusto ko siya makita dito. It will be better as well. Harley Cameron lost her match to Athena because Tony Khan loves to bookmark booking. Ayan nyari. People are cheering for Julia. They are trying to put her over. But Mercedes Moné's booking is just ruining everything, man. I don't like this. I have to remove my headphones because of how frustrated I am when it comes to the booking. And I am pretty sick and tired of this Owen Hart tournaments. And I love Julia again. Julia is amazing. I hope she will be able to reestablish herself. The finish was brilliant. Sure. Good. But, it's very noticeable as well that Mercedes Moné wasn't able to hit any of her finishers to Julia Hart. But, I'm not sure either why they need to protect Julia Hart. Why? Wala eh. Ito lang. Julia is solid. I think she is great. But Mercedes Moné talaga, like what I said, is amazing. Then we're getting Athena. Oh God. I don't want this match to happen. Like what I posted on Facebook. This is the match that we got from the tournament. That it will take place on Mercedes' hometown. Can we get a match where, or can this match go to draw? Can this match go to a draw and let Willow or whatever, like si Harley Cameron, to qualify for the match? Because if one of them loses, sira na rin ang credibility ng championship that they're handling. Pag natalo ni Mercedes, si Athena got fucked when it comes to her momentum. If Athena defeated Mercedes Moné, ego ang kalaban mo when it comes to Mercedes Moné. Hindi ko na nga nilagay na belt to belt pa lang laban nito. Diba? That's the thing. Pero, like what I said, there are two problems that needs to be observed when it comes to this BS. And ano na naman masyadong ano to, like what I said, I don't give a flying fuck about the Owen Hart tournament. And masyado rin naman tayong careless about how this match is happening. But okay, I little understand why they have to book these matches. Like again, Tony loves to mark himself on bed, in front of Dave Meltzer, while they're sucking up dicks. They love themselves. Gusto niya magpatuwad-tuwad, ganyan. What's wrong with you guys? Hindi ko alam why you guys are getting fooled by these two. I don't know. Them. But like what I said, I hope the match between Mercedes and Athena goes to a draw, just preventing them both to lose. I love Harley Cameron. Harley Cameron is amazing. I hope she got that slot instead. Okay. Let's continue. We have the Death Ratings. Death Riders versus Rated FTR. Again, there's a major development when it comes to this. So I'll skip the match because this is one of your Outlaw Mud Show matches. I'll skip the whole match. I decided to skip the whole match and I'll just focus on the post-match. So the trios tag match that we got there, the referee is kind of fucked up. He couldn't control what's happening in the ring. And this is one of the problems that we see on AEW television. So that's why we don't take these referees seriously. And that's a big red flag as well of this programming that we see for weeks and actually years since AEW started in 2019. And Yuta getting the win means something. Why this fucker is getting the win? Oh my god. Spoiler alert before we move on. Moxley, since Pac got injured, Moxley is now a dual champion or double champion in kayfabe or in de facto, no? Because ang explanation lang naman ng AEW dyan, meron daw, ano ba dito? Magkakaroon sila ng free bird rule. So, while Pac is recovering from his injury, the world champion na si Moxley. So, ano yan? Lahat ng tyros nila itatago rin sa briefcase. Okay. So, Cope and Cash picked up Dax after of the match, and then they posed in the ring. Then Dax grabbed Cope, and then he gave him a pile driver. Dax brought through chairs in the ring, and then Dax wanted Cash to join him on that assault. Cash is refusing it at first, and then they hit Cope with the shatter machine, and then they hit a assisted spike pile driver to the steel chair. Then Cope said placed on a steel chair. Tangan, sakit sa ulo nito, notes ko. Yung ulo ni Cope ay nasa chair na, and then the fans are booing like maraming problema nangyari when it comes to this storyline. And then they hit the concerto on Cope. They left. And I like the assault, sure. I like the assault here. But I don't like the commentary here, especially on what happened on Dynamite and Collision. I'll just pulverize that for you. Tony Schiavone Tony Schiavone is trying hard to be John Cena on that segment. I don't know. I just don't like it. Um, so parang galit siya doon. Like, you son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! I'm sick and tired of you guys! Why you're hitting Cope? That's helping you for 15 years? Giving you motivation for jerking for 15 years? I hate it! Like, what the fuck? That's a disaster that we just witnessed. And Excalibur, kumagatong siya na assholes. But yeah, like what I said, the turn was cold. And then we have this team, of course, of Cope and Cage, definitely teaming up at some point since there are some problems din naman between Nick Wayne and Christian. And then, so, yun na yung direction. So, parang, ando na tayo sa part na yun that they're setting up. Christian Cage and Cope versus FTR. But okay, let's see what's going to happen. And okay, here we go. Next match. Toni Storm versus Megan Bayne. I'm not gonna do blow by blow again on this match. But I love Toni Storm. Megan Bayne is impressive. The referee is not. Another referee fuck up ruined this match. And I hate it. I am saying this all the time because we know if we're fucking up the referees, domino effect is about to happen. And everything was screwed up when it comes to this shit. And everything is dominoing affecting the shit when it comes to the AEW programming. Again and again, when it comes to AEW is one of the most ridiculous promotions that we know. And I think one of the promotions that I don't really have to look forward when it comes to this type of matches. Kaya nga parang iba na rin yung pakiramdam ko when it comes to this shit's going on. And regardless also, yung match between the two, hindi rin ako convinced. I don't buy it. I don't buy the shit. I don't buy what's going on. And I don't buy everything that's happening. But anyways, let's go back to these people. Toni Storm and Megan Bayne. I find Megan Bayne impressive. So, she reminds me of Raquel Rodriguez went buffed, but more impressive, if you're asking me. I hope Raquel Rodriguez or Raquel Gonzalez is going to be booked like this because they should be better for her. Huh? They should be the booking that Roxanne or Raquel Rodriguez is dating. Not this lackey of Liv. Okay, another jabber Owen Hart tournament match that I don't care. Kyle Fletcher defeated Mark Briscoe. No surprise. Like, even a grade 1 student will be known that Kyle Fletcher is winning. But the match between the two, in my opinion, all of the matches that we got from this Owen Hart tomfoolery is, I think, ito lang yung nagustuhan ko on all of the matches that we got there. Then we have this Outlaw Mud Show match. Ring of Honor World Title, Chris Jericho and Bandido with Tyro versus Mask, or Tite versus Mask, sorry. And then we have, of course, our favorite referee, Aubrey Edwards, ruining the fun. Okay, I'm not gonna do blow by blow about this match, but let's the highlights rolling here. Bryce Remsburg. Wait lang, guys. So, Bryce Ransberg and and this fucking Aubrey Edwards are the two most terrible referees I've seen in this business. And masyado rin akong hindi nagandahan on how this build went out. I mean, okay, there's some stuff here. Also, medyo magulo rin sa akin yung countouts. But, yeah, ROH thing nga pala ito. Sorry, I don't watch ROH na, ha? Pasensya na. Pasensya na, ha? Di na kasi ako nanonood ng Outlaw Mud Show, eh. So, yun nga pala. 20 counts nga pala dito. So, medyo nalito ako doon. Then, we have this, ano ba? We have this call by Aubrey and Brian Ransberg. That's why the referees in AEW doesn't have the capability and the respect that they should get as referees, man. Tangin na, mas okay pa yung mga bagong referee ng WWE. Okay, so I'm not gonna do the cliche bullshit happen on this match, but Bandido won. I'm glad to see him win because Jericho is there winning another title. It's because of Tony marking. I'm gonna call this moving forward Tony marking. And then I don't really also think any reasons why we're Tony marking Jericho just to prove to Tito Dave Meltzer and other critics of the promotion that we can still get a TV deal even that they don't. And that was annoying to me. And I'm glad that this guy was able to win. Bandido winning means a win for Ring of Honor. Okay. So, magkaintindihan tayo. Next match is another mud show. Outlaw mud show. Again, another mud show that we witnessed. Like, tangina, nangyari na naman. We are getting another Outlaw mud show BS that's witnessing na. Okay, going back. Itong sumunod na match na to. Yun nga. Wait lang. Trying to go focus back. But okay. TNT title. Focus na ulit tayo. Daniel Garcia versus Adam Cole. Lazy booking. Sorry, I have to put that emphasized, man. No time limits. No interference. Lazy booking. Needs to be said. No time limit. Lazy booking. Okay. This match, shucks. Alam mo, if papatulugin ako ng bata, or papatulog ako ng bata, tong match na to, wala pang 5 minutes, tulog na ako. We know how boring Daniel Garcia is. And I'm not gonna start any arguments when it comes to Michael or Adam Cole. Because we know he is evolving, trying to evolve again. But he's hit or miss because of what happened with that story over MJF. And he is getting another hit or miss again. Then, gaya yung nasabi ko, Outlaw Mud Show na naman to. So, I'm not expecting too much when it comes to this match. But, ang masabi ko lang, ang difference kasi nitong match na to, kumpara nung huli nilang match, this was clearly a decision that they just made. To crown Adam Cole the TNT champion and to see what they need to do. And also, there's also a realization already on Tony Khan's mind that Daniel Garcia is not a championship material. Over lang siya. Kaya siya naging champion. Ganun lang yun. Diba? It shows. Sorry about that. It shows how these people was booked. And it shows how lazy this promotion might be going forward. Pero yun nga, Outlaw, Mud Show yung nakuha natin between those two. And I am not expecting that much. And I'm not expecting either that we should get fun booking. Or booking. I'm not expecting too much, man. I'm not expecting. But if we wanted to see something nice, something good, something huh? This is a Mud Show booking, man. Okay. Speaking of Mud Show, okay, hindi ko to bibigyan ng glazing because this was really good. Kenny Omega, Ricochet, and Speedball Mike Bailey. Alam niyo naman kung gaano ako ka-huge fan ni Mike Bailey, no? Based on my reviews on this platform, this podcast. And Ricochet is growing on me. Kenny Omega is always amazing. So, no issues. And put them all together. Okay. When it comes to these three people, right here, I think they were able to deliver what they wanted to deliver. And I think that was actually really good. Because they wanted to retain the belt, of course. That should be the case. Because we know what we know. We just crowned a new champion in Adam Cole. And I don't think getting another champion means something when it comes to this. And I doubt he will be still crowned as champion. Questionable though. What's next? What's next if they are going to set this unification match between Kazuchika Okada and Kenny Omega? Nothing. Just lang. So, yun nga. We got this match between those two. And I would say that was really good actually. And I really like it. The problem, however, I don't think Kenny is gonna lose it for sure. But we are able to get the satisfaction that we should get when it comes to this match in general. Because it shows how freaking good this match is. And then, hindi ko rin kailangan masyadong i-glance to. Pero, ito rin kasi yung mga matches that I think AEW needs to give a lot of time. Because it's amazing. Diba? Because it's amazing. And then, Omega, Bailey, a singles match is actually what we are getting next. And then now, again, both of the titles, international and the continental title, will be merged at some point. And I don't see the sense of that belt ever since. And that belt that Okada has is one of the most disappointing belts that we are seen since forever. Like, I don't like the speed title. I don't like the titles that WWE has recently. But this is Outlaw Mud Show bullshit, man. This is another level of bullshit, man. And then, kung ano mang BS tong nangyayari na ito, masyado kasi tayong nangangarap ng gising. Despite of what we want, despite of what we should expect and not to expect, masyado kasi tayong nababagabag sa simpleng katangahan na kung anong meron ka at kung ano yung ine-expect natin while we're on it. Speaking speaking upon it, it's time for the Macho Main Event. Oh my God, here we go. Dick the Boozer, Jon Moxley versus Swerve Strickland for the AEW World Championship. Again, we have Paul Turner, another terrible referee in AEW. Tangina, we are copying off all of the referees on this show. Oh my God. Okay, I'm not gonna do any point by blow bullshit here in the AEW World Title because we know how garbage this match is. But the match here is really simple. Paul Turner should throw these assholes out. I mean, this death ratings out of the screen first. And then yung swerve stomp on that picture. Tapos, again, from that match, from that part, where we're trying to do a spot outside, again, umiiral na naman ng si booking ng AEW. Again, every match in AEW doesn't have countouts. But we're getting a double standard here. If it's a singles match or a match that we don't care, we're getting paghihigpit when it comes to the referees. So that's why AEW referees doesn't get the respect. Same as the WWE referees, same as TNA, same as the old referees that we have. This garbage bullshit. Again, Paul Turner let these assholes to fight outside even though it's hindi naman naka-indicate that's no countouts, no disqualification. It's just indicated that it's lazy booking. It's AEW. Oh my God. AEW, you have to get this shit, man. Get this done. And then Hangman Page walked to the ringside and is trying to set a buckshot lariat on Swerve. And then he looked at Moxley, went to the apron and kicked Adam Page. And then Claudio Wheeler beating the living hell of Hangman Page. And then nawala na si Paul Turner. Then Yuta hits Bosai Kuni. Then Claudio sent Page through the steps, and then the Ops came. The Ops came to save Hangman Page and Swerve. And then that's it. The lights went out. And then we have the Young Bucks. We have the Young Bucks. Young Bucks. Oh God, Lord. Young Bucks hitting the V trigger on Swerve. And then the fans loudly booed. Then Moxley crawling over to Swerve. And then Paul Turner, the worst referee in the business, close to Aubrey Edwards, counts 1, 2, 3. Good Lord. every match ni Moxley since October, we have a same picture. We have the same shit. We're getting same garbage, man, that we are getting. And yung mga rules na to, parang every time, it's getting bypassed. And it's terrible. And then, tanginan, sumasakit yung ulo ko every time that we see lazy bookings again in AEW. And the show went long. Tas yung nag-expect pa kayo ng 500,000 na ratings when it comes to this. Oh my God. That was really questionable. And everything doesn't share BS when it comes to the ratings. And oh my God, they're trying really hard to inflate the bullshit, Tony. And that was really bullshit that we are getting, man. That's BS, man. That's BS. And everything is BS when it comes to this BS. And I don't get why we are defending this BS. To cap off this episode, since ang susunod nating episode ay WrestleMania na, by the way. Can I ask for a few minutes, please? Okay. So, let's go to Dynamite this week. Since ando na lang din tayo, no? Kasi ayun. Ando na lang din tayo. So we have Dynamite. I pursue. Dynamite. So we have Jon Moxley versus Katsuyori Shibata. And the match was dead. The match was dead as fuck, just like the W. And I don't think this match really makes sense to me as well. Then, okay. Ano bang sense ang mayroon sa match na to? Wala. So, I'm not gonna babble into that too much. Then, Swerve versus Pac. Swerve got injured. Hangman is there to fuck up the story. But okay. Pac got injured. Sorry to hear that. But I don't really think that the stories might continue. And then, Hangman charged past Rene Paquette to Swerve's locker, and he got Prince Nana, and then he warned to stay out of his business in the Owen Hart tournament. And then, Nana tried to apologize, but Hangman declined. Again, what's the point of this story? What's the point of this story? Even the Young Bucks saving this thing, it won't save them at all. Then we have Kenny. Good Lord, we have the Elite back again. Like, huh? Seryoso ba to? Tangay na. Then, wala. Masyado tayong nakainan ng mga bagay that we don't deserve. So, Kenny shows respect to Swerve. And then, yeah, that's it. Then we have this $400 explosive 8-man tag. So, the winner gets $400 with $100 each. Okay. I hope all of the money that was given when it comes to this is sana lahat ng sinabi nyo nung umpisa when it comes to ano yung gagawin niya sa pera na yun. Sana ma-explain din siya ng maayos or ma-justify siya ng maayos when it comes to this story. Total sinabi yung mag-Hong Kong daw. Ayun, sana ma-justify siya. Then we have MJF, and then he got the thumbs down. He got said no, no surprise when it comes to this. So basically, parang we're now setting up BS here. And then another Outlaw Mud Show tournament. Chris Statlander defeated Thunder Rosa. She will advance to the tournament. And then Adam Cole rebrands the Undisputed Kingdom as the Paragon. Good. Then we have Chris Jericho leaving AEW until the learning tree does not disappoint him. That was BS. Sana isang taon siya mawala or 6 months twice a year siya mawala. Oo. Para sure na maganda talaga yung mangyari. And then another match show main event that we got. I'm not gonna blow that. Pointless din naman. So that's it for AEW Dynamite Fallout from this show, Outlaw Mud Show. Then we have the Fallout on Collision. Let's ride into that, even though I am not into the mood to talk about the Fallout. Kasi Shivani to eh. Shivani. And Shivani is shit, man. Ewan ko. Shibani. Yun, wala. Yun. Okay. Let's continue with the Collision review. Sorry, Outlaw Mud Show pa din ito eh. No. Pero, wait lang. Tingnan niya natin. Excuse me. Gas-gas na naman nalalawan. Katangin na. Wait lang. Oh God, wait lang. Tagal mag-loading. What the fuck is happening here? Kasalanan to ng FTR. Kaya di naglo-load. Yan, okay na. Good. We have AEW Collision from yesterday. After of this Outlaw pay-per-view named Dynasty. I'm not gonna do the blow-by-blow results as usual. And then FTR explained themselves. Tony Schiavone is still terrible in the commentary, by the way. They're trying to attack Daniel Garcia. Then they're trying to attack also the commentary. That was bad. Sorry, I have to explain this. That was bad. Okay, another tournament. Mud Show tournament. The Tony Storm promo, by the way, top notch. I love it. Again, Outlaw Mud Show. Jamie Hayter defeated Billy Starks to qualify to continue to the tournament. Di ko na alam kung ano yung bracket. Pasensya na. Then, there's 2 matches. Gates of Agony in a bullshit match. Then, Anthony Bowens defeated Blake Christian. No surprise. We have the 2-on-1 handicap match with Megan Bain. Man, I don't want to I don't want to shit about this, man. Then Kevin Knight defeated AR Fox. Then FTR defeated 2.0. No surprise as well. Then ito na nga, Athena defeated Harley Cameron. Like what I said earlier on this pod. Sana ma-end yung match nila as a draw para si Harley Cameron yung papasok ng semis. Oh my God. Brody King was defeated by Konosuke Takeshita to qualify for the Owen Hart panel, for sure. And that was it for this podcast this week when it comes to AEW Dynasty. We will come back for a new episode on Thursday as we are going to do a preview of this card for this year's WrestleMania. I don't care if there will be some changes down the line. I know WWE is very into that. But we will talk about and we will break down the whole card of WrestleMania on this podcast. And then we will come back on April 26. We are going to have a live recording on PWPH Discord. The first podcast that will be uploaded on both the main event and the PWPH experience. So for now, follow the podcast on all of the social media platforms at Main Event Mark PW. Follow PWPH at PWPH Select. And then, please follow me on SocMed at AG Penera. And I hope you can support all of our shows here on our network. Good Lord. Again, my name is Angelo from the Main Event Mark Podcast. Stay safe and stay wrestle. See you on the next episode of the pod. Bye for now.